This exercise is going to completely redefine the way that you communicate with your partner. It's literally one of the coolest fucking relationship hacks I've ever come across. It's also like stupid simple. All you have to do is respond with if it's true for you, or if it's not true for you. Also, any other fucking sounds are appropriate. You just can't answer with words. I don't want you thinking about your answers, okay? I want you just responding. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You get what I'm saying? Let's begin. Are you in a relationship? Do you want to be in a relationship? Do you love yourself? Do you believe you're worthy of love? Do you like yourself? Do you take care of yourself? Are you hydrated? Are you hungry? Are you tired? Do you have any pets? Do you like chickens? Do you remember your dreams from last night? Is it nighttime? Is it daytime? Are you loyal? Do you love your mom? Do you love your dad? Do you like your mom? Do you like your dad? Are you wearing glasses? Are you holding your phone in your right hand? Okay, take a deep breath and let it out. Sacral calibration complete. Let's talk about how this applies to relationships. These sacral sounds, this gut response, is oftentimes a lot more honest than whatever the fuck is going on up here. When you're talking to your partner, asking them questions, instead of listening to what they say, listen to how they say it. Listen to whether or not the sacral is involved, or if they're just feeding you some bullshit from the brain. Because here's the thing, most people in relationships are not actually themselves in the relationship. Okay? Most people in relationships are attempting to be whoever they think is the most attractive, valuable person to their partner. I'm not saying that your relationship is a lie, although it might be. What I'm saying is that if you start to tune into your sacral when you're speaking to your partner, you can speak more honestly. Now, it's definitely worth saying that 70% of the population has more consistently honest sacral responses. These are the generators and manifesting generators. It's here on my shirt. This is human design. For the other 30%, projectors, manifestors, and reflectors, their honest sacral responses are much less consistent. And that's because this undefined sacral right here has the ability to echo other people's sacral responses. And it's a superpower. I'm able to tell who's satisfied, who's frustrated, who came here by force, who had to drag somebody here, who came here of their free will, who's having a good time, who doesn't know why the fuck they're here. The sacral is an amazing attunement tool. However, when it comes time for me to make a decision with my undefined sacral, I'm not going to solely base my decision on what sound comes out. So for projectors, manifestors, and reflectors, it's important to practice this so that you know what a sacral sound actually sounds like coming from you, and what a sacral echo sounds like, a sample that you picked up from somebody else, and the difference between that and some mental bullshit. Now, the mind isn't all bad. It's just used and really good at one thing, and that's solving problems and contextualizing an external authority and external environment in the universe. It actually doesn't give a fuck about your satisfaction. So, if you want to use human design to get more clarity in your relationship, do these things. Number one, go to my website, generate a body graph for you, and then generate a body graph for your partner. Now, there's going to be an option on my website. After you generate your body graph, it's going to say create new relationship chart. You click that, and you'll be able to see your body graph and your partner's body graph side by side. And in the middle will be what your combined body graph looks like. That's called a composite chart. Check to see if this center right here is connected and colored in. It'll be red on my website if it's defined, and it'll be white if it's undefined. If it's defined, you're the type of person that does well with these And by does well, I mean that your sacral is going to give you honest answers. If your sacral is undefined, if it's white, it means that you're going to have your sacral sounds mixed in with the echoes of other people's sacral sounds. Now, if both of you have defined sacrals, this means that what you want to do is ask each other yes or no questions. Don't do this, how are you feeling today? Say, hey, are you feeling upset? Are you feeling under the weather? Something that they can actually respond to. Don't give them this fucking wide open thing. And instead of responding with, oh yeah, I don't really feel that good, respond with, there's a lot more information that comes through with the than anything else you can say. Now, if both of you have undefined sacrals, the open-ended questions are going to actually land a bit better for you guys. Now, if one person has a defined sacral and the other person has an undefined sacral, this is where you got to be really, really mindful. The typical trend is that the person with the undefined sacral will usually end up doing things that the person with the defined sacral wants to do because it will satisfy the person with a defined sacral. However, the person with the undefined sacral may end up bitter or angry or disappointed. It's because they're not listening to their own sacral sounds. They're acting as if the other person's sacral is their sacral. But if you eat food and I don't eat food, just because you eat food doesn't mean that I'm actually going to be nourished. It's the same way with the sacral. Just because your sacral goes, uh-huh, and mine echoes your uh-huh, doesn't mean that it's going to be satisfying for me. So try this out in your relationship. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if this makes sense or if anything is unclear and you need more explanation. All of the resources that you need to get started with human design are in the link in my bio. I highly recommend buying a report. They're only $20, and it's going to tell you all about your gates and channels and digestion and environment and profile and strategy and authority and all the shit that you need to know about your human design. My $20 fucking report will tell you. If you're not already following, like, comment, share. Love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this late night sacral calibration. I'll catch you next time. Peace.